Hello everybody. Today we're going to be answering a question. What happens when you put the wrong oil in your car? I guess it depends on what exactly you put in and what your car is supposed to have. But here's my problem or thing that I ran into. Right behind me here is my 2009 Volvo S60 with a 2.5 liter 5-cylinder engine. Car is in excellent condition. It has just turned 170,000 miles a couple days ago, and it's in fantastic shape. Engine is in great shape. About 10,000 miles ago, I had the timing belt finally changed, along with all the other accessories that go along with that. While they were in there, we replaced the cam seal, crank seal, and the cam seals, as is typical for these things, and that mileage was starting to leak, so I had that changed. Other than that, it's in fantastic condition. I really haven't had to do anything to it other than replace wear items. Um, and hopefully, it's going to stay that way for another 170,000 miles because I take good care of this car. Now, part of doing that is to do oil changes regularly and use good quality oil. If you look in the manufacturer's or the owner's manual, it's going to tell you it recommends, under normal circumstances, a good quality 5W30 oil. Does not say it has to be a synthetic oil. Matter of fact, it says if you take it in for service, they're not going to put synthetic oil in unless you ask for it. But it does say that if you use premium or synthetic oils, you may get longer life or better economy. So I do exactly that. I typically use, for this car since I've got it, I've used Valvoline motor oil. I've always had good luck with it. Any good quality motor oil you're going to have good luck with, so I'm not going to get into a debate over brands. If it's a good quality oil, you're going to be safe with it under normal circumstances. I use, since about 70,000 miles, I've used the high mileage semi-synthetic 5W30 motor oil. Works great in this car. Halfway through my last oil change, though, I realized the side of that jug does not say 5W30. It says 5W20. It's a 5-quart jug, and I had 1 quart extra to go in it, which was the correct 5W30. So I've got a little mixture of oils in there, 5W20 and 5W30. What's going to happen to my car? Well, first off, you can't mix the viscosity and come out with what you think would be. Like if you took half 5W20, half 5W30, you're not going to get a 5W25. That's not how it works. Depending on the oil and what the base oil used was, like say if it was close to a 5W30, if they had to put thinners in there as an additive package to bring it down to a 5W20 oil, then when you add 5W30 to it, those thinners could cause that 5W30 to thin out to a 5W20 as well. So you got all 5W20. Or if they had to thicken it up, have an additive package that raised the viscosity up to a 30 weight, then your 5W20 that you put in could have those additives also bring it up, or any number of things. So you're not going to get exactly what you expect out of mixing oils. We're just going to, I'm just putting that out there as a disclaimer. Now, Volvo tells me I can use anywhere from a 5W30 to a 0W30, 0W40, whatever. Under normal conditions, 5W30 is fine. If it's going to be really hot or I'm going to be towing a lot, maybe a 5W40. In extreme cold climates, drop down to a 0W30 or 0W40. That first number, the W, is the winter weight. When you start this engine cold, what is the viscosity going to be? So 5W30, 5W20. When I start it, it's going to be the same. It's the same 5-weight oil. So that part, no change between 5W30 and the 5W20 that I accidentally put in it. When the engine gets up to operating temperatures, it's not going to be at that full 30 weight though. It's going to be 20 weight, which is a little bit thinner. Is it going to damage this engine? Being an older engine, the type of engine that it is, the tolerances that this engine was designed with, probably not going to do anything. However, I would not leave it in there for an extended duration. I have 2,000 miles on this oil, and it looks great. I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to turn the camera around the other way. Hang on. I got my dipstick already out and clean. I put the 5-quart jug in, and then the 1-quart bottle, which brings it almost all the way up to the full top of the full mark. I think max capacity on this is like 6.2 quarts or something like that. Put that in, draw it back out, take a look, and it's still almost to the top of that full mark there after 2,000 miles. And the oil is a good color for 2,000 miles. You can still see through that. It looked completely normal. So for this particular engine being in the condition that it's in, putting that 5W20 oil in it, I don't think is going to make a difference in the long run. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to continue to do that. Putting the wrong oil in a car is never a good thing. In this case, it was close enough, and being that it was winter where I'm at, I went ahead and left it alone, and I do plan on changing it within another 1,000 miles. It is the 13th of January, so still got a couple of cold months ahead of me. I might stretch that out to 3,500, something like that, if it looks fine. And then we're going back to the correct oil in here. So for this, I sacrificed the potential to destroy this engine, which I was pretty sure would not happen, to find out what would happen. Do not repeat this though. I'm not a mechanic, I'm not an expert or anything like that. I'm just like you guys. I do work in my own garage to try to change my own oil, replace a few parts to save a few bucks, because hey, I'd rather be able to buy that porterhouse steak instead of giving it to the mechanic shop down there. Nothing against mechanics. I got a lot of friends that are mechanics, but I'm trying to make use of the things that I'm capable of doing to my own car to help my monetary situation out. I know a lot of you guys are out there doing the same. But having said that, if you put the wrong oil in your car, you could be screwing up that monetary situation real quick when you destroy the engine in your car. So, what's going to happen to my car with 5W20 in it? Nothing. It's going to be just fine. I don't think there's going to be any ill effects or anything whatsoever. I'm not driving it hard. I'm not doing anything unusual in it. Putting a lot of miles because my daughter's got her driver's permit and learning how to drive. So it's been pretty easy driving on it. And that's how it's going to continue to be until I get the oil changed in this thing with a proper weight oil in it. Stress again, do not repeat this. If you put the wrong oil in your car, you could have bad things happen. Now, I'm going to turn over and show you this car over here. This is a good example of one of those cars you would not want to do that to. This is a 2015 Volvo S60. It has the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine in it. It has much higher tolerances, and it has much stricter oil requirements than the previous generation of engines. If I were to put the wrong oil in that, I would not drive it, period. Even if it's just a little difference, like the 520 to the 530 difference, I wouldn't drive it. I would drain that oil, get a new filter, and put the proper oil in. It's my screw up. I would pay for it by replacing the oil rather than replacing the car. That's where I'm going with this whole thing. So don't do that. Don't do what I did. I'm just doing this as a lesson for others, and let you guys know if you ever find yourself in this situation, unless you're strapped for cash and just can't, for some reason, temporarily run that oil, but as soon as you can get it replaced with the right stuff. Don't be putting the wrong stuff in your car. It's not good for it, and you're going to pay for it in the end. So, that's my tip for today. See you guys later.